Hello, and welcome to the first in a series of videos describing Lean Handover. My name is Bill East. I'm the inventor of the COBie standard and director of Prairie Sky Consulting. By the time you complete this series of short videos, you will see how to guarantee the delivery of a complete and accurate construction handover data set using the COBie standard. You'll be able to do this on every project without anyone even knowing that they're doing it. To start things off, this video introduces the idea of bringing BIM to the back office. The idea of Lean Handover began when the first COBie specification was published in 2007. What I thought then has only been confirmed as I've talked to more and more people working on projects around our world. What I found out is that most contractors and owners do not use standard ways of completing construction contract administration tasks. Even when contracts have strong requirements, they're often not enforced at the job site and across all of the subcontractors. As a result, contractors and subcontractors have to react to each owner and every project manager to determine how to use contract administration information when creating their own construction handover data sets. Think about this for a minute. Even though the same kind of information is ultimately required on every project, everyone thinks they have to do it their own way. Certainly, everyone can't be right, can they? In my view, they're not right, because all we have to do is look at what's delivered at the end of the construction project, and we can see that what we get provides little or no value to anyone. The building information delivered on the project pictured here cost tens of thousands of dollars to produce. That cost was incurred to repackage information already submitted to the construction manager. The information was delivered a year after the owner moved into the building, and since that time, the facility manager has had to manually search through this information again and again and again. When I talked to one construction executive about why he continued to deliver these boxes of paper on every project, he noted that he had hired a newly minted college graduate to do this work and said, "Well, we have to give them something to do, don't we?" Hardly a ringing endorsement of the company or our industry. Of course, some owners ask for handover information in electronic format. They think that they're getting something better. The picture here shows the typical result. The building handover data in this picture is stored in the upper left-hand shoebox. The files on the disk are graphic scans of documents that cannot be searched. What's more, the person in this office has retired. As a result, no one in the office even knows how to find the building's information. What we can see from this picture is that the information delivered using the traditional way is useless to the facility manager regardless of the format in which the information is delivered. You can see how useless traditional building handover information is simply by working in any building for any period of time. If you look around you, you'll see the waste and redundant effort required to obtain information that was already delivered. Here are two pictures that show what I mean. On the left, an energy consultant remeasures every room in the building because they did not know that the facility manager had an accurate room schedule. When asked why he doesn't stop measuring and go get the information, the answer was, "I was told to do this and I have to do as I'm told or I won't be able to complete my task on time." This is clearly a dedicated guy. He's working hard for his company. The trouble is he was just doing the wrong work. On the right, we see that one of the hundreds of pieces of equipment in this building has been retagged anytime a new maintenance contractor is hired or maintenance software system is used. Consider the wasted cost of the previous two tags and the manual data loads on every piece of equipment across this entire university campus. We're talking about people working hard and getting paid to literally waste their own time. When we think about these problems, I want to be crystal clear. The people doing the work are not the problem. They're always working hard to do what they've been told. The problem is also not the managers. They're just following standard operating procedures. The problem is that the system of contract administration processing is wasting everyone's time and money. The standard operating procedures need to be changed. Changing the format doesn't change the fact. Changing to the next best software and sending people to training doesn't change it either. But if we try to suggest something else should be done, the only thing we typically hear is we can't because we've always done it this way. So again, what's required is to change the underlying system to systematically eliminate the waste. I can assure you that this is not a new problem in our industry. If you think construction projects have changed a lot over the last few years, let me tell you a story. In 1985, my construction contracting officer came back from a client meeting and was furious. He threw down a computer printout and said, "We go to meetings and we argue about the differences between what is printed on these reports. We spend so much time talking about our computer reports we never actually get to talk about what's happening on the project." Today, we don't compare printouts, we compare screens. But we argue about what color to make each discipline's layer and who failed to use the common project origin. We nitpick about the number of triangles in the visual image of a toilet, and we think we're making progress. We argue through the 5,000 collisions identified when we merged design models trying to find the real needles in the haystack. We receive 10 or 20 emails a day about changed project files until we turn off the email notification, only to lose the 1 in 100 messages that we really need to see. Those electronic post-it notes we use to track issues on PDF files, well, they're lost as soon as the project manager thinks that the resolution of the issue will slow progress. We search through a myriad of online and website folders, unable to find out how an issue was resolved until we're distracted by the next crisis. With all this going on, we can certainly agree that the world is going faster and seeming to make progress. But like my former boss, I wonder how much of what we're doing is technology for technology's sake, while underneath is the same old inefficient process. To me, the furious activity to find information already published demonstrates the root problem. The problem is our existing system of work. To see what I mean, here's an installed equipment list, a boiler maintenance schedule, and a list of HVAC filters. It doesn't matter if you think that buying drones with laser beams strapped to their heads is great or not. Capturing this information is not a technology problem, it is a back-office information problem. When I think about BIM in this context, what I really mean is better information management. If you want to see an example of what happens when companies streamline their back office, consider that retailers like Walmart did not get rich buying laser-controlled shopping carts. What they did was innovate their back office. They implemented better information management. This is what Lean Handover is all about. This video and those to follow explain how you can innovate and grow your company from the inside out and not be forced to adapt to the latest mandate or technology. To take the driver's seat in deciding how technology can adapt to your company, you now see that what we're talking about here is better information management. We're talking about a way of working that helps everyone capture COBie data, do so easily, regardless of the technology they use. If you use the Lean Handover approach, your team will not even know they're doing COBie.